Let's get everything underway. Plane is up and in the air. We're going to be starting off over Primorsk and ending off to the west of Severny, right next to Stalber as well. Pretty much everything's going to be on the table except for Milto, where we saw one of our games end yesterday on Erangel. So maybe we'll stray away from Brazil out. Big opportunities for teams like Finland, UK, Australia, trying to net a lot of points.
Yep.
And if they're paying attention, and you know they are to the kill feed, they're trying to do this. UK doing a big wrap up into the north. Finland's going to be following back behind them. That could be a problem for Finland unless they scout this one out. Canada, though, is just harassing everything in the grounds around them, but can't stack up the kills. Australia, though, runs right into Vietnam, who has been a problem for every team that they've bound into.
Massive shot from Duckmai. The other two members for Australia pull up, and I think this might be their grave. Vietnam send Australia packing in ninth. They cannot get anything more from this game, but Clories, Duckmai both down. The pressure's not done yet onto Vietnam. Canada with a little angle, of course, from their buildings, which right now feels like the absolute god spot for the rest of this game. Smoke goes up. Vietnam now just trying to recover, get these revives. They got Shaq, but they're going to lose their vehicles.
Japan still needs to separate away from Turkey. You can see as Turkey's taking the shots. Canada just harassing a lot of what's going to be going on. Turkey, how are you going to play this one? Rolling right in. Ona gets a good lineup into him and one low.
Wow.
Just absolutely demolishes Turkey.
Yeah, and a bit of help from Polly there as well. 4 kills now for Japan. Here come Finland. They send it on to Canada. They feel like they had no other play. They've got the outside building, though. Corexi's low. Another nade. That might get the down. Page did get Shimboy. But yes, that nade from Finna got the down onto Corexi. Shimboy actually dies to his own Molotov.
I love this drop down. Oh, wow. Shimboy's got the Molotov on top of him, but using that to stop what's going on the high ground, slow it down. Finna realizing what's going on, seeing if maybe he can get a follow-up nade to boot with it. UK sees what's happening, trying to take some shots into it, and you can see it's just turning into a bigger mess. Japan, they're crashing the other side of Canada.
Yeah, Keenan's going to be so careful here. They need a bit of help from the other side of the road as well. Keen go down to Keenan. He finds that kill, defends his building with his life diggery, just trying to get out and see if he can get up. Adam gets Polly. The Japan push has just collapsed on itself, and Canada right now dealing with both Finland and Japan absolutely perfectly as they can. Keenan so aggressive, understanding the situation, plays it perfectly. Oh, he gets right over.
I love it. Rolls right into this. Adam steps out, gets the shots onto him. Japan eliminated. You can see these teams know they need points, and they have got to scrap. They are gunning for it. But every single time you get a knock, there's another team waiting to knock you.
It's only Adam that's left now for Canada. He'll have to just hold out and bunker inside of that house. Page the solo as well for Finland. Pulls out the shotgun, gets through to Finna. Another point for Finland. Now only 19 points behind Brazil. Remember to keep an eye on that battle at the top. And the United Kingdom as well tied for second. Both them and Finland on 100 points.
Do got to point out, we do have soccer that's chilling in a pretty decent spot right now. It's good to be in the center of the circle, even if it's next to a tree, because everybody else is fighting it out everywhere you can see. Argentina has had control of the east for quite a while, but the scrapping's been going on to the west and to the south of their position. UK, though, have been chilling for so long. They're going to come into this quite strong.
And don't forget about Vietnam. Still got 4 players alive, and of course, they did get kind of pushed out of that top 5, top 6 when China really started making their way in for day 2. But at the moment, only 4 points behind China. They've got 4 kills, and with the 4 players up, they could find themselves in a position to get back into the top 5 at the conclusion of this game. So a lot on the line for them, and of course for Argentina, middle of the pack, big point opportunities, still 4 players alive, but where do they go from the warehouse to make their way into the circle? Do they send it onto the UK or maybe onto soccer in the middle of the circle?
I mean, it's going to be hard no matter what you do from this position. You've got to hopefully try to lean away from UK. You can look at the numbers alive, and they've probably spotted that there are several to the north, and if there's a team that's roaming around the north, you know that that's going to be the dangerous place to approach. Instead, circle down to the south, or at least just try to use the hillside. I like this. Just navigate in. Finland's trying to survive. You mentioned the fact that they were tied up just a second ago. Page trying to see if he can get at least another point. But UK has just got so many members up, and it's just fully read by Canada.
So double solo here for Finland and Canada. Of course, Adam, the solo for Canada. Page for Finland. At this point, of course, Finland are probably happy with the way that this game has transpired. They did have to send it into the buildings, which is never going to be an easy task. They have some kills. Clories. This is a chance, though, for Vietnam to maybe start to find a couple of kills. They've got 4 on the board right now. Argentina's on the move, but where do they go? I don't know if they can go too far without pushing into the United Kingdom. So this is a chance for Vietnam to push in behind them and wipe them up.
This is, you just got to keep a constant eye on Vietnam. They will come up back behind you and destroy you.
Oh,
beautiful angle into it. Don't even care against playing the blue. They've got the nade prepped. Are they going to opt into it? No, it's Page at range that's taking shots, reveals his position. That alerts Argentina, and they spin back around.
He only had the one nade, and then he saw them both at the rock. I think at that point he got a little too greedy, wanted to get closer, tried to take some time, but lo and behold, Argentina, they are watching the angles, they are watching the backside, and they spot him out. So he's gone. Vietnam down to 3, and the United Kingdom hear shots, so they move over
Same idea.
and see if they can now push on to Argentina.
Trying to make this move in, and with Argentina now having to look on a new angle, you can see that United Kingdom does have an angle of approach. Vietnam is still harassing to the south, and Argentina doesn't have the best sight lines to the north. They are aware of what's going on, but the way that's that hillside, it's just not very effective to look through. Our Win-V1's now getting a little bit of harassment over there. Is going to see Adams
Golden
gonna pop
shift
down,
and UK
hold
win.
it. See how this one goes. I know we got just a couple of seconds before we find out where all the violence is going to be moving to. Is UK going to get lucky, or are we going to see it shift away and actually go into where pretty much no one is?
Yeah, I still think this probably favors the United Kingdom. 4 up
Everything
north side,
favors them right now.
no one behind them. They can obviously gatekeep Argentina. Soccer's a solo. Adam and Paige solos, and Vietnam down to 3 on the other side of the map. So this is all set up for a UK win, which right now, of course, I mentioned sort of coming into this game. They've been the best team on Erangel at this tournament. They've been absolutely dreadful on Miramar, but they have been so good on Erangel. So if the UK are to win PUBG Nations Cup, Matt, they need to keep playing like this, and they do so here for day 3. Paige goes down. Haisaki picks up the point there for Vietnam. Finland out in 6th. It also means UK in sole 2nd place.
And it's just going to continue to potentially grow. Argentina is the big factor in what's going to be happening, as Vietnam, I guess, has decided that they want Adam's soul, and they're on their way for it. Just stacking up all that's happening. Perfect time on the other side. Argentina just rolls right into the United Kingdom, and it's just like waiting arms. They just get annihilated and pick up so many points.
And I wonder if maybe they were caught off by Varden Fex, who were just a little bit more further in front, and obviously didn't give away their position.
Okay, so we've got Vietnam in the south. We've got UK in the north. But let's not forget, Zucker is still here, and he has not made a sound in, I don't know, like, since yesterday.
That's
it
true.
feels like.
And we know what solos can do. If you watched yesterday.
Can you imagine if Vietnam gets Vietnamed?
Whoa. Well, I mean, at this point, obviously, Vietnam are probably the team that would maybe benefit. I think there's a chance if the UK don't sweep properly and they miss Soccer, he could obviously cause some damage to them, and that would then help out Vietnam. So we'll see what happens. It's not a given at this point because of Zoka, but if the UK find him or if Vietnam find him at this point, then I think the UK win comfortably. 7 kills right now. They can obviously get a couple more, plus the win. It will put them neck and neck with Brazil.
The hillside provides a lot more movement and vision for the UK side, so it means the fact that they can spread out and get some firing angles. Vietnam does have the capability to fire back through this, but you can see that they're looking uphill into a very actively moving UK, and that's going to make it much harder because whichever way Vietnam has to respond to what's going on, there's going to be multiple firing angles coming at them, and that means that there's just no protection in this wide open uphill push.
Yeah, and they're playing really cautiously, obviously keeping close to each other. You do not really, even a duo that sweeps together could easily both get double knocked and flushed, and that causes them to lose out. Now, Sapao, you may as well take the point. There might be some people that say leave him and see if he catches out the UK, but also it can go the other way. So you get rid of him, you get the kill, you guarantee 2nd place. Now it's a 3 versus 4, and you don't have to worry about a snake sitting in the grass. So for Vietnam, it's not unwinnable, but they're heavily spread. UK have the numbers up close. They will be able to overwhelm unless Haisaki gets an early knock.
Here comes the push onto it. He's laying down, waiting for it. Vietnam sent one member off to the other side, but T-Bone reads it perfectly. That's a quick pickup. Are we going to see Glorious manage to make magic happen yet again? That is a strong UK front on one side of it. Michael, I think, has fed some information over and said, hey, I've spotted another one. Let's not play this one too aggressive yet. The circle is popped. We can get control over it yet again.
Yeah, really smart from Michael, holding that anchor position. So obviously there for the United Kingdom, they had essentially a 3-on-2. They get the kill. They fall back. They don't get too aggressive, knowing Glorious is throwing those nades. UK are just playing this really, really safe, really smart. They want the win. They do not want to be in a position where they throw this away. And also, the blue is also going to start forcing Vietnam to push. So as long as they don't get, a little bit too antsy, they play patient. It's UK's game to win every day of the week. There's no way Vietnam win this.
And it's only 10 points to Brazil right now. Every single point that they can pick up, these couple of kills, getting the win is going to put them so close to Brazil. They know that. They want to play safe. They want to play it cautious.
Beautiful.
Just play it technical, just like that. Play it easy, get the win, and now UK has a shot at going for first.
The best team on Erangel.
Let's get it going then. It is game number 2. Over to the commentators again. Some fellow lads, let's do it.
Yeah, second match of the day coming your way. Erangel once again, and with that, we maybe expect more UK dominance. They'll need it if they want to take that top spot away from Brazil. The lads on the desk mentioned it, Matt. Of course, Miramar not the home for the UK, so they really do need to have these big games.
Yeah, I mean, this is the opportunity, right?
Big knockdown from Taddy onto T-Bone. Chinese Taipei, they fall to Vietnam at the hands of Duckmai and Sapao in the end of it. Big result for Vietnam, firmly entrenched inside of that top 5. They are a solid team performing here at the PUBG Nations Cup, but the United Kingdom have that lead now in top spot. Can they increase it? VAR with a knockdown onto Niall. 4 still up for the United Kingdom. The pressure from Indonesia, so far not enough.
I mean, there's just so few options, but guess what? Thailand hears this. They're coming up back behind UK while this is happening. Finland's making a crash right on top of Argentina. Finland trying to get some points. They know that they need to try and pick up something, but Argentina's trying to hold it up. Just corrects the last one up, and he is firmly surrounded. Does take down one, but does go down in the end. Thailand still eyeing over to United Kingdom, though.
Thailand, yeah, pushing now onto the United Kingdom with the knockdown and elimination of Vex. I think this might be United Kingdom slowly falling down. Vard, the Molotov as well. Michael's gone, and yes, Nuren confirms knockdown onto Vard. Only T-Bone remains for the UK. A 5-point lead confirmed over Brazil, but I'm not sure they're going to get much more.
Thailand steps away from this. They leave it alone. I guess the shots from the USA up to the north of this, because while this is happening, the only team that was contesting up against the USA was Finland. They made the send into Argentina, and guess what? We're going to see another team. Vietnam has the same idea, running right into Argentina's position.
Is this the game for the United States of America? Balmont with the knockdown onto H-Win. Of course, Shrimsy's up there as well. He will be able to get the revive. Big nade from Inonix. Korea still in this game. They've just got it completely unnoticed. Big nade gets rid of Alariv, and now he can push up the stairs inside of this Wizzy Tower. Korea has a holding spot that they can play from.
And Onyx just charged that with no fear. Him and Lash K to the south of this. Thailand still strong, going to be to the south. We still have one member. Oh, actually, we have several members up right now for UK. They're just stacked up on top of each other, trying to stay alive. So with this, USA has an idea of what's going on in Argentina. Now with Fisher, has USA pretty close to them, does get spotted out, is going to go down. And now we've got a top 4. USA going to be looking into Korea's lines.
Yeah, and Thailand have to now move from that compound. Inonix gone. Janku finds a kill onto Lash K. Korea's out in 4, top 3 now for Thailand, USA, and the United Kingdom, who still have 2 players alive, Matt, and now a 10-point lead in first place. They are making Erangel games count and doing it so well.
USA wants a win so bad, but I don't think that they realize about how much hated they're going to be if they win this. Thailand wants this victory so bad. This audience wants it so bad. But that said, Thailand still has UK so close to them, and that is going to be a big, big problem.
Yeah, but USA playing this perfectly. They're going for position, taking as much of the zone as they possibly can get without being aggressed by shots from a distance, and they've been able to honestly take over the entire circle. Basically, look at the minimap, and it's just all USA inside of this Phase 7 circle. Thailand are going to need a miracle if they can win this game in front of the home crowd. But honestly, considering the way the tournament's been going so far for them, Matt, I think they'll just take top 3 and be happy with the way things have gone here so far on day 3.
They've got a 10-point lead over Brazil. They have been massively climbing as Brazil just cannot find a point on the day. Hoping maybe that'll change whenever we look over to Miramar. T-Bone trying to make some type of move, but Thailand just says, screw it, we're coming in. Shrimsy hits a shot on 1. Bard's on the other side of the rock. Spray's gonna come out. He does take them down. Beautiful, like an Oshaku. The issue is, USA sees it. Pop knocks another one down, and now Thailand's just got 2 members up, and they've got a hellacious run ahead of them.
Yeah, nothing is stopping the United States right now. 4 players up, 9 kills. That blue is going to invalid Belmoth. He's not getting saved by Janku with the SKS, and 3 bullets. It's just not happening. Escalucia just trying to keep them at bay, buy some time, get to a safe spot, and maybe allow Janku forward in what will be a 2 versus 4 from basically no man's land.
That was all just to try to make it into the safe zone. Thailand is trying so hard, but another member's gone down, and there we go! USA finally finds themselves around victory.
It's the United States that take match 2 of day 3, a much needed result. They desperately needed something to go their way, Matt, and they find victory at last in what is turning out to be
Big appreciation, everyone, for sticking around. Match 3 here for day 3 of the PUBG Nations Cup is coming your way. The big circle has started, the crowd applauds, and we are getting underway to head once again back to Erangel.
And one away. Eski trying to hold off, knowing that Finland
Another
is going to
one.
be coming in, but Loki finds the second as well. How much do you commit
Smash
to
it
it though?
down.
Because you have them on the other side. Mexi from the vehicle trying to find the flush.
It's a clap
They
goal.
know they're low and they take them down. Finland, Korea working together, and Turkey out in 8th.
Yeah, they were working together, now no longer. I think Finland want to find the last 2 players of
Yes.
Korea, get those kills ticking over for Finland. Now up to 5 kills, still keeping in touch with the top 2 teams. And as Kalusia gets the crowd excited with a big nade onto RDK.
Thailand could play a massive factor in this Korea-Finland battle about to happen.
glorious.
Issue is Vietnam from inside the compound also has a say in it. Escalusia will fall, but Norrens able to get the flush guaranteed, so points going in the way of Thailand. But look at this now. Thailand are making their way down here, and they are well aware of it on the Korea side. Issue is Korea has opponents on both fronts.
Oh, Loki dropped in time, but he got back up, and Maxi sits him back down very quickly. Vietnam now starting to make the push onto Thailand. Of course, Korea close by, same with Finland over towards the cliffs, but this area not inside of the next circle. So while they're fighting, they will have to then start moving. Sol, the last player alive for Korea, has a wonderful eye, not just on Thailand, but even glorious of Vietnam.
Thailand is in a terrible position here. You can see it as soon as they've thrown down to get in cover for Vietnam, they're going to be shot in the back by Finland. This is easy pickings for the Finns up on the hillside. Sol even down below, able to find some damage and some kills of his own, trying to see what he can find here. Belmuth, solo player left alive. 5 kills for the team, 7 replacement points guaranteed as well, but Thailand obviously would have wanted some more out of this one.
Yeah, Balmoth, though, is able to stay alive as the solo. I think, though, Vietnam well and truly aware of his position. Same with Sol. Another nade thrown in his direction. Landed perfectly. Korea racking up some kills from an unwinnable position. They're now up to 5 kills into the top 6. It's been a tremendous job from what was a duo, now a solo for Sol. But honestly, Toby, it's the top 3 that continue to just dominate this tournament.
Where does Finland go from here? They know they have Brazil in the compound still. They know they have UK up top. But where do we set up shop? You just go one cross forward. You already have Indonesia ready and waiting. Maybe you shouldn't even be fighting this, but here comes Ted. He fights the first one. Thought they were going to go further. That nade could be absolutely perfect. It's slapped on board. Kinex with the close to finds the second. One more fall down. And just like that, Indonesia takes out Finland.
It's Apex time to rise. Indonesia, the duo, able to get rid of Finland, and they are looking strong with 5 kills now, and the circle onto Vietnam. But Brazil and the UK still have maybe something to say in this game, but 7 kills now for Vietnam, and honestly, best position. This is their chance to find victory at the PUBG Nations Cup.
Isaki jumps for info, instantly met by bullets. Here comes Brazil, 4 in a car. We've seen this go wrong so many times. In the end, the downfall will come to Indonesia. 3 teams left alive. Brazil allowed to wrap forward. Now they're going to spread out. They have not been engaged on at all. Plenty of utility, plenty of S. They are set for this endgame.
Vietnam cracked triple digits into the top 4 and still keeping in touch with the UK and Brazil, but they will want to win this game.
What?
Oh, T-Bone headshots Michael.
What?
Not sure what happened there. Of course, these 2 for the UK in an awful position. They have been, honestly, for the last couple of phases, and yet they've still been able to just scrap some points that they desperately need.
There might, okay, so this, they rest each other, not intentional. I was just going to say there might just be a point denial. There might just be a point denial, but no, they're going to the car. They're making a move forward because
my
they
God.
know they're fighting on the other side.
Okay, but that was a massive knock, then clutch as well for Brazil. They have the numbers. They're pushing. Duckmay as well is also worried about the UK. So Vietnam not only lost a player, but they're now split. And Clores is the anchor on the south side, having to deal with Brazil. Brazil, honestly, in the best position now.
Clarence was the saving grace for Brazil previously, but now he could potentially be their reckoning. Let's see what's going to happen. Nade love done forward, damage done on both sides. Flores is in trouble, though. He's on his own. Does manage to find LFP1 before he goes down, though.
I think Sapao has to push this, kind of watching. If he's got any nades, he'll need to throw them now. He has none, only 2 Molotovs, a little bit low on health, and I think maybe better to just group up with Duckmai and see what they can do from here. But full credit to Brazil. They pushed all the way from the compound out to the east, pushed onto Vietnam.
got the knock, then the flush, and they've used their numbers in strength to tip this game. I think they're going to win it.
The timing for United Kingdom to make that play right as Vietnam lost the player, absolutely phenomenal. Again, as you're saying, while they might not go out and win the game, they got themselves better placement, and if they can find a flush, maybe something here, it should be gold. But as you're saying too, I mean, Vietnam in a position from where, I mean, they're not going to be seen by Brazil, at least not initially, but as you're saying too, Brazil, this has got
I think they want to. I think the UK want to deny, but if they deny too early, they go in third. You've just got to deny. You have to deny this, T-Bone, please. Yes, he crawls back, and they both deny points from Brazil. That's the big one. Maybe less so to Vietnam, who now get into second place. It's a 4 versus 2.
4v2. This has got Brazil written all over it, but damage comes through. Not enough, though. He needed 1, potentially 2. Not going to happen. Some power falls down. Imcod alone inside, on the backside, I should say, of the Wizard Tower. 4v2. Brazil, you know what? Not in a hurry. Get healed on up. Get ready. LFP pushes on forward. Wants to get the kill. Flash is locked on him as well. They spot him. Haven down slow HP, but it's not going to matter. Once again, Brazil come out victorious.
0 points for match 1. 0 points for match 2. A chicken dinner in match 3.
Thank you so much, James. And the crowd is going wild, and we are setting up for the final 2 matches here of the day. I'm Toby, joined by Paperthin. And Paperthin, my oh my, has Irango been death of you, especially when we play at a caliber that we do here. Turkey, United Kingdom, Canada, Thailand, Japan, Finland, all teams that have to find a way into this next circle, but also all teams that have teams scary close to them. Thailand now committing down the hill towards Japan, who has Finland just on the other side.
All right, Japan trying to prove that they, yesterday wasn't a fluke here. They're going to try to take on potentially a couple different flights. You've got a Groza in the hands of the side seat driver, but no, Belmov with a great rip. Another one, and Japan is gone.
That is what you want to see from Thailand. Do it fast, get it fast, and get the kills down. Hopping over to the other side of the map. Bart finds 1, finds 2, finds the 3rd with the nade as well. 2 teams out in the matter of a second or 2.
Just back-to-back perfect grenades from Bard. You love to see it. Turkey has to send it down the hill. Vietnam trying to play defense here on this floor. He's good for 1. Glory, YM going to be good for another. Glory's go for the finish. It's an instant wipe for the duo of Vietnam.
2v4, they make it look easy. They hold off strong now. Norens continuing forward, finds 1, finds 2. These edge side fights are being dominated by the teams that you thought were gonna fall. Belmouth over the top, all 4 from Thailand on their feet, and they continue moving forward.
Oh, you love to see it. You love to see the confidence, but it's going to be sparking from Brazil. That strikes Chinese Taipei in the back as they're trying to finish off Mexi. Mexi going to get the headshot, but it's going to be the drive-by from Mao Rush. It's going to finish him off. Now Thailand makes their push.
They have to push forward, push forward. You know exactly where they are. Lock those nades in there. Get those kills confirmed. First one a bit more. They have to spread up close. First one will fall. Yan Lee finds Belmont.
All right, well, Nurin's here trying to save his team, and it's going to be good enough there as JQ comes in to finish off Chinese Taipei. Now you've got to worry about the teams in the center because you're going to have to come down this hill. Thailand has a pretty rough road ahead of them, to be honest. They're going to have to make some pretty impressive maneuvers.
I'm so glad they're spotting
no.
Korea. Oh my god, the tax Escalosha is styled in. They're feeling this. We're going to see Thailand double-digit, and for the 3rd game in a row, into placement points as well. They're getting things going, and there you go. 10 kills for Thailand.
Well, Korea was trying to find an angle into this next circle. They have a similar problem that Thailand could be facing here, where they were trying to find some way to get in where they were obscured, and Onyx going to get caught out in the open. And yeah, the Thai
there
fans
we go.
absolutely loving this, as they should. This is the game you want to see. 10 kills already for the home team crowd.
They have the rich down below, but how does Brazil respond to this? Brazil heard the fight between Vietnam and Turkey. They know they still have more threats down south. Thailand should hop down now, play that rich side, and set up shop before all these other teams come in. UK first wants to make a move. Oh, Michael almost run over, but lives with the scare.
Yeah, there's a few crates there as well. Korea trying to get into the circle, but that position is still outside of it, and there's people watching it, hampering that movement. Meanwhile, somehow, some way, Luke 12 still behind this tractor because everybody else has been fighting for the positions on the outside of this circle. And now, Thailand knows that Korea is going to be in their way. They're going to have an opportunity to do some damage on the way in.
As you said, wanting to do as much damage as possible. But you know what? Even though he doesn't get the tags, now he does. The tire pop alone could be all they needed to move further forward. Somehow, as you said, Luke able to actually get into decent placement points, everything considered. Vart, though, there to take him down. UK, I mean, this is just back and forth. UK, Brazil, UK, Brazil. Now UK up to 10 kills again.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a good game for Brazil here. What a shot from Sparking. Belmont as well, and Thailand is ruining Korea's day. It's just Seoul left.
Believe me, noise-canceling headsets or not, Thailand is feeling the crowd. They are embracing it, regardless of how this game ends, regardless of what happens as Belmont finds one more, making it 12 for Thailand. The crowd will cheer all day based on this game alone.
Yeah, this could be the game that really gets Thailand going. They have 4 up. They have a decent position in the circle. Yes, Brazil holds the compound on the southern side. The circle shifts away from them. They're going to be in the same problem that everyone else has, where they're out in the open.
Thailand, you cannot hard focus. You cannot hard focus UK over on the other side, because as we're speaking, Brazil is starting to eye their way up north. They have their cars, they have the cover, but they cannot allow for Brazil to make a play on the west side road.
And it's once again Seoul for Korea trying to stake out any points that he can. Now, they know he's there, but there's a bit of a rock, and the car is helping as well. So for their side there, that now that vehicle's blown up, and that's going to push Seoul out of the open, and the circle is good for Thailand.
I like to think as myself as an unbiased caster, but with the crowd going this
You're allowed
wild,
to be biased
with
in this
everything
moment.
going, I cannot help but cheering for Norrens and the boys. They just got the circle. If there is a game to win Thailand, this is going to be the one. But you have 2 of the top teams, make that 3 of the top 5 teams going up against you. You have the prio spot, and I feel like the first fight you're going to have to take is to take down the super machines, which are Brazil.
Yeah, and look at the cover that Brazil has from this current position. Now, this is outside the next circle, but there's some trees and other things that they're going to be able to harass the Thai position with, do some early damage, try to see if they can push a little bit further forward. You can see a bit of a reposition coming out. Now, Thailand knows there's still somebody from Korea on the other side. They're keeping eyes on it, and, you know, Thailand's going to have to hit some really good shots to keep kind of their territory safe.
Whether or not they hit those shots, the fact that they're continuing to suppress both Korea and UK, allowing for 2 of their players to focus down towards Brazil, it's all going to come down to who makes the first move. The move is going to be for the field. How does Brazil play this? I would assume to see Brazil play for the center position, but knowing how aggressive they are, I would also imagine them just full speed sending it straight into Thailand. More shots fired now. BHC the one to find it, but Seoul, as of all players, the one to find the flush.
Seoul, of course, from that angle, still waiting out this as long as he can. And Vard stuck behind that tractor now as they're going to make the move. That's right into Escalisa's sightline. He's doing some decent damage. Sparking in the driver's seat on very low health. But out in the open are 2 members of Brazil right into their sidelines. How are they still going? They getting back into safety.
How are they still alive? Nate's now coming forward. Watch out. This is far from over. I said there was a way that they would push up that hillside. Brazil playing with no fear in their life. I'm not sure how they managed to stay on their feet, all of them, but this is scary. Brazil has made landfall right below Thailand.
Yeah, exactly, and now they might be able to get a few knocks and buy the time for the reinforcements of VHC and LFP1 to come on in. Seoul, though, got him out in the open. It's actually Belmoth who's going to get it. Who's going to get the point out of it? Belmoth able to confirm.
13 kills and counting as the Thai players stand strong. Belmoth does fall down. One more comes in, but Askelusha immediately there with a response. Haven peeks and goes down as well. Just one left. Sparking finds the first one. Still fighting, but barely any HP remaining.
Oh, Escalusha even hit the headshot onto Sparking before Sparking got him, and now they're throwing the utility, trying to get the flush as well here. Nuren's thinking about the res, but there's still Seoul looming on the backside, using those smokes to slowly work his way up, trying to see if he can take advantage of this fight.
2v1v1. Thailand has a chance to get all their players back on their feet. Sparking is not done yet, though. This is getting dangerous. They managed to get one res in there, but Sparking is pushing forward.
He's insane. He's hitting unbelievable shots, and now he has the confidence to push this on his own to try to shut Thailand down. Gonna get one. Can't get the second. Escalisa stands strong.
16 kills, 1 versus 1. Here comes the final player. First flush comes through. Belmoth has to back over the rest. Can't come into it. Second one comes through. Seoul has been alone for so long. down. That nade looks good, but backs off.
Oh, he doesn't have any more frags. He's going to have to get it done with the gun. He knows they still need to go for the flush. He knows he needs to get in there. Belmoth going to get the heal up. The rest. Take you on very low health. Now Belmoth waiting around the vehicle. Soul, can he do it? Soul tries to peek, doesn't get the first shot. Oh, he's got it. Oh, he's JQ. Thailand's going to do it.
And the crowd goes wild. Thailand with the win. Coming over the top, fighting team after. Solo player now looking life-saving. Private Haisagi. It's going to be a tall order for him to get out of here alive. Nate, underhand all the way down to the bottom. Will he find Vex? Yes, he will! Underhand, no vision. Still gets it. United Kingdom out in 7th.
Yeah, there's no parachutes in this mode, so good luck coming out from that one, Isaki. And again, I'm totally fine with what Vietnam did with this because these city finishes are just too chaotic. You might as well just go for the kills, go for the points that you can, and try to see if you can crawl back. I mean, Brazil and UK already out of this, so a lot of the teams below them looking to gain some more ground.
No sender to take here at all. At least not the way it looks like now, and especially not as long as Haisagi is still alive. He can see everyone. Every single time people try and peek outside, Haisagi is up on the roof. Issue being now he's already dropped his DMR, and he's down to just 15 spare bullets. You can see Adam down below looking up towards the top. Again, wanted a Canadian win. It is Shin Boy's birthday after all, but they cannot make a move before they know that the uphill, or up-house threat, I should say, is dealt with.
What if you, like, throw your backpack underneath you while you're dropping? Will that, like, counteract the momentum? No, of course not. Japan is the top of this building above Korea. Korea's just been kind of sneakily getting in and in, and they're kind of letting all the teams in front of them fight while they just backfill.
I don't exactly what happened there. The rest, he is crawling backwards, so hopefully
just shooting at
the rest is going to be coming through in a second. Haisagi trying to stay put as well, but the shots that you can see are coming through. He's trying to block the bullets, but it's not really going to happen. Kane in the meantime finds Loki, and Haisagi actually will be able to take down Ixliff. So China, who has not really been seeing a threat until America came across before, lose one off of an unfortunate error made by me.
Yeah, now Loki should be able to be rezzed. He was able to get around the corner just in time before the grenade came down. Soul going to be holding the angle. Kane threw that fire just to buy a little bit of time for himself. This could be a really sneaky maneuver. He's going to come down around the backside. Is Korea going to be ready? No. Oh, he gets a lot of damage. Didn't get the knock, though, with that shot. Soul has that double barrel.
I mean, it just takes one highlight of one player for everyone else to think it's the best gun in the world. Sort of now meta, everyone. Sort of is
if you've been watching PWS and watching Donawa, you would have known.
Exactly. Soul finds Jan Lee, one fall. Xiao Lu takes down Mao Rush, as well as Taipei continue to struggle. They were the first team to make the crossing on over, and now it might prove that it doesn't pay off. Good nade from Polly. Takes out Chinese Taipei.
All right, now we know where the center of the circle is going to go. It's going to be a matter of them getting there. Keenan trying to put some damage into China. Meanwhile, Kane still an absolute nuisance with this pump shotgun against Korea. And Onyx going to try to pre-cook a grenade out the window. Oops-a-daisies. That one didn't go where he wanted it. Kane, that's going to be the opportunity for him to throw one of his own with the blue right at his back. He's trying to push out. Isn't going to go for the fight.
Not sure exactly what's happening right now, but we're trying to see what's going on the other side. China pushing on over the street, want to get the kills. They do manage to take out Canada as they fall in 4th. Kane still alive, trying to stay put. Polly falls as Japan is down just 2.
Soul, again, the last one alive for Korea, trying to hold it down. A good flash here from Zhao Pian. He's going to push up. He's going up the stairs. He didn't see him. He did see Soul. Soul's going to react just in time. Just barely to get the kill. Finds another point.
Korea finds one. This one has gotten China written all over it, though. Soul tries to stay alive. Not going to happen. Flash comes through. Xiaolu finds one. This is a shotgun battle till the end. Ming Ming finds one as well as Runa falls down. 2v1. King, do you have what it takes to bring this one home?
He's just going to be able to get behind that wall, but Xiaolu drops down, has him hit twice, has to reload. Kane has the opportunity. He's got him. It's a 1v1, and it's going to be Kane for Japan.
What? The double! The Assassin's Creed attempt from above does not work. Misses the shots, and Japan comes out victorious.
I love, Japan. I love what I'm hearing from the stories from the players. Well, they're like, these guys are so nice. They're so humble. But look at this, guys. 160 points for the lads in top.
That's right. I couldn't contain myself. Lads. We've got him at the top here. 160 points. But at least it could have been even bigger. They could have been even bigger if they would have continued in through the city.
If we talk about the meteoric rise of United Kingdom and Brazil and Vietnam, we also need to talk about the free falls, all right? I haven't seen a skydive like this since Martin did it back at GLL. This was
terrifying.
literally a crash by Finland and Australia
Face it.
over the course of the last 2 days. Oh, face it, I'm sorry.